In this video, I'm going to be showing how to create an AMI from an existing EC2 instance. So the reason why we're creating an AMI is to have our own custom AMI. Then we can build or auto scale our EC2 instance, the one we use in deploying our website, our static website. So that way we can have a quick build of a replica of that same EC2 instance without having to go through all of the steps of using the user data as part of our second build. So I'm going to first of all show what we have in the EC2 dashboard. Right now, we have the demo EC2 instance, which we created in our last video. The instance is running, and you can see the public IP. And this was what we used in deploying our static website, which is right here. You can see this is the IP. I refresh that. You can see that this static website is still up. Then what I'm going to do is to build an AMI from this demo instance, EC2 instance. So how do we do that? Now, from the EC2 dashboard, I'll go to action. Then from here, you could see image and templates. If I select that, then I can create image from this EC2 instance. Let's click that. Right here, we can start to create our own AMI. Now, this is same procedure as creating a snapshot of your EC2 instance. Right? So here I'm going to give my image name. Let's call this demo-AMI. Then description, we're going to give the same name here as a description. We scroll down, nothing is changing. We can decide to give a tag if you want, that's fine, but I'm just going to go by creating the image. We create image. Right now, the image should have been created. If we go to our AMI, you now see that we have the demo AMI. Again, the reason for creating this AMI is for us to have our own custom AMI. Remember the first website the static website that would deploy, we are using that instance to build a custom image. So which is this? So from this AMI, a couple of things we could do. If you notice right now, this AMI, the visibility is private. The status is still pending. Let's refresh that to see. It's going to take a while for it to be active, right? But while we're waiting for it to be active, I'll show a couple of things here, right? On the AMI window, we can do a couple of things. Say there is a way of building, let's click on that, AMI using the pipeline. So this is the EC2 image builder, right? This uses the pipeline, like, when I say pipeline, like from CI/CD pipeline, we can actually trigger the build of an AMI. So this is a better way of building an AMI, but we're not going to go into this in this video, but I just wanted to show that. Then going back to our EC2 window, let's verify to see if the AMI is completely built. Let's see, I think it's still pending. All right, so while this is pending, so now that we have the AMI build, the next thing we want to do is to launch a template. So think about it, right? So the reason why we're launching a template is for us to be able to have a standard way of launching an EC2 instance. So the template we can use multiple times, and it's just going to be there for us to use. It's like we're creating a schematic layer of an EC2 instance, but it's not an actual EC2 build, but it's just a template that we can use to build an EC2 instance. So from here, I'm going to launch create template. Now I want to give my template a name, dash temp. Then this procedure is same as you are creating an EC2 machine. So, but just that it's not an EC2 machine. So we're just creating a template. So for this, I'll give it demo v1 dash v1. That's a version of our template. Let's scroll down. So I'm going to use my own AMI, the one that we created. If you recall, right, we already built this AMI, so there is no point trying to use any other AMI. So we're going to use our own AMI. So my AMI, then on the list, you could see we only have just this AMI. So we're going to pick that. So we're using that AMI. And you could see the AMI ID right there. And let's scroll down. Again, instance type is very important. So here we're going to use the T2 macro. And it's the free tier eligible. Then the key pair, we're going to select our key pair. We're not creating a new key pair. I already have a key pair created before. Then under network settings, here we can decide to use our own subnets. Remember, we had this created. You see the demo public subnets. That's the one we're going to use because we have that created in our first video. So we'll pick that. Then for security group, we can select existing security group. If we go through here, you notice we have the demo SG. That's our existing security group. We'll pick that. Then I think every other thing is good. Volume is good. And we can just decide to add a tag. Let's call that name. Call it, let's give this demo hemp. All right. So from here, we can just go ahead and what? Launch. We can go ahead now and launch our templates. So now we've created our templates. Let's go back here. Again, I just want to recap. I just don't want this video to be too long. Now, what I wanted to show was how to build an AMI, which we've already built. The AMI is ready. You see it's right here, it's private. We'll refresh that. AMI is available. We've already used that AMI now to build our own templates. So which is the launch template. You can see that this template was launched from AMI. So right now we have this template, so we can build our EC2 instance using these templates. Again, to launch an EC2 instance from this template is very straightforward, right? Now, if you notice, we can launch instance from template. From the action, just using this will make us launch an instance from a template. Let's try that. Right now, we're going to give the launch a template. We're going to, from here, we're going to select the template that we're using. We're using the demo template, right? Then source template version is the v1, right? The instance, well, number of instances we are launching is 1, right? If we go through, we don't have to choose any other thing because we've already picked AMI. So if you notice, the AMI we are using is directly the one we have, which is the demo-AMI. Then let's come down. We could use AMI, we could use from our AMI too, but again, since we already have it in our catalog, so let's just stick to what we have in the catalog, which is us, right? So T2 macro is what we're using. The key pair is already here. Let's come down a little bit. If you notice, our VPC is here already. We are using, let's use the VPC that we already have, which is the existing one. Then the EBS volume, I think 8 gig is okay. Then here, let's just change these to demo instance 0, 1. Remember, we have demo instance before. So this is demo instance 0, 1. So everything is checked out. Let's look through, just be sure that everything is checked out. So we are using the template and the instance details. We already looked through. We're using the AMI we have in our catalog. Then let's come down here. T2 macro resistance type. We're using this as a key pair under networking. So we are using template or default. So under networking, yeah, I guess we got to pick the demo public sub, the one that we had. Then we're using demo SG for our security group. And I think that's it. So we can launch our instance. So right now we are launching an instance from the template we created initially. Let's go view to see if our instance is up. Go to the EC2 dashboard. Let's come here. The instance is still trying to load up. I'll give you some more time. All right, so you could see the instance is trying to initialize right now. And you could see the instance name, right? Now that is still trying to initialize. So right now we have our second instance launched. And the next thing we're going to do is to create a load balancer. So that way, you know, the traffic to both instance will be managed by the load balancer because users will not access each of these instances separately. So we have to put a load balancer in between this instance so that way when users are trying to access either of these instances, the traffic is routed, you know, by the load balancer. So in our next video, we're going to be looking at creating a load balancer, which is here. Create a target group, then create a load balancer. Then we would use the DNS to, you know, access the instance on the web. So meaning we'll go to the web and, you know, display the endpoints for the load balancer where we can use to view our instance where traffic will pass through to both instances. So this and this will be the backend server. Then once we create a load balancer, then an endpoint is created where we can, which we can use, you know, to route traffic to either of the of the instance. All right, here's where I cut this video. Thank you for watching.